Hi, my name is Michael Sweenie and I'm one of the teaching professionals here at the Peak Cowan Golf Academy based at Jumeirah Golf Estates. This is a little short video clip to talk to you about what I feel are two of the key skills in putting. The first area that we're going to look at is your start line, which is essentially your ability to start the ball in the intended direction that you want to get it moving in. And the second area that we're going to focus on is speed and distance control. I would say these are two of the key areas that we see in the best putters in the world. Okay, so the first exercise that we're going to use here is a little test that we would use to see your ability to get the ball started on line. One of the areas that I really like to use is the gates from the visual putting. They come in 60, 55 and a 50mm gate. So basically what we've got set up here is we've got roughly about an 8-foot putt towards a target, and 12 inches ahead of the ball, I've placed a 50mm gate in that there. Now, if you're doing this out on the putting green, you would want to pick a flat area, roughly about an 8 to 9 foot putt. Place the 50mm gate just up about 12 inches ahead of the ball, and then essentially what we're going to try and do is see your ability to get the ball started on that intended target line. Okay, so using the gates indoors or outdoors is a great way to test your skills at your start line. One of the areas that we would see, especially on the Sam Putt Lab tested with amateur golfers, is at times the margin for error, the variance in the start line direction can be up to 2 to 3 degrees, which makes it very difficult, especially in short putting, to get the accuracy that you're looking for in the greens. Okay, so the second area that we'd be focusing on, which is very important, is speed and distance control on the greens. Now, one of the things that I would certainly say amateur golfers would struggle with in this area is the inconsistency in the length of the stroke and the inconsistency in the time of the stroke. We're fortunate here that we've been able to see some of the best players in the world practice and record their data. Now, they can all do the putt and stroke a little bit different, but what you would tend to find is they're very consistent in the length of the stroke and the timing of the stroke. And I'm going to give you a brief demonstration of an exercise that you can use to improve that. So here we've got set up a Mia putting template, which is essentially a 12-degree arc. Now, up in the top corner here, you can see numbers from 0 to 12 on either side of the stroke. A good exercise that I would like to use for an amateur golfer is to get their putter onto the 0 at the start. And essentially what we're going to try and do to build in consistency in the length of the stroke, to control the speed of the putt, is we're going to start to go for example, we're going to go from 6 to 6, back to 0, we're going to go from 6 to 6, and then from there, I'm going to extend it from 9 to 9, and I'm going to again try and build in a consistent rhythm to help me control the length of the putt. And then as it starts to go longer, I'm going to go from 12 to 12. So as you can see, I'm not allowing the putter to decelerate on the way through. I'm using a consistent rate of acceleration to try and build in consistency in the length of the stroke. One of the main faults that I would see in amateur putting is the inability to control that length of the stroke. So for example, we would see a long backswing with a short follow through and a real deceleration on the putter, or we would see a very short, quick backswing and then a long stroke on the way through, but not being able to continually accelerate the putter through, which is essentially going to make it very hard to control the speed and the distance that the ball is going to come off. Okay, so hopefully understanding the importance of these two areas is going to help you be able to go out onto the practice putting green. Understand how you can effectively improve your putting. Number one, by better control of the start line of the putt, and number two, starting to understand the importance of how you can learn to improve your speed and your distance control. The other area that we'd have to take into consideration if we were looking at putting would also be green reading, which again is a slightly more advanced skill, but it's something that's very important and very effective to be able to understand the effects that the slopes are going to have on the roll of the ball. So hopefully these two exercises are something that you can get out and use either outdoors and indoors, and this should certainly help towards holing more putts. Good luck.